Welcome back to That Meat Podcast. We're here with Shawn Gardini, John Kensil, talking diarrhea, puppets, and red bone pussy.
Yes.
Full hearts, empty bladders. John, you went to the tattoo convention?
Yes, my T-shirt here. Is that what I look like? I look like freaking Greg the Hammer Valentine dropped in.
That's like pretty cool.
Big, beefy oaf.
I think you look like skinny Louis Anderson.
Thank you.
Aw.
Yeah.
Like Louis now after being dead.
My latest thing is now as when I heard, like a week before Louis Anderson died, Pauly Shore or somebody posted, I went to visit Louis in the hospital. It doesn't look good. So I immediately sent away for Louis' autograph. It was like $20. After he went to Ha Heaven, it's like $399.
Oh,
but
nice.
That's a come up.
But
That's the first NFT.
But,
Dead guy's signature.
But if you hear any people who are like sick, go right on and buy their autograph. And then
That's a sick hustle.
I went to the
All right.
convention center in Philadelphia, and it's a tattoo convention, and it's on the second floor. It's really these things. Even like next week's the horror convention. It's really fun to go. Your kids will love it and shit.
I used to go to Wizard World. At the
Well,
convention
it's
center.
renamed now. Now it's called like Fan Fest.
Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah. I went to that the last Wizard World.
Yeah.
And you walk down a hallway, and they had every guy who ever played Superman on TV, like Dean Cain from Lois and Clark, Superboy from the '80s, everyone.
All in the same phone booth.
But they're all.
And then Virgil.
The bird from Coco Beware.
He was there. Coco was there, and I said, "Hey, Virgil, what are you doing with that broom and that orange jumpsuit?" And he's like, they're all, but nobody's getting their autographs. Lauren Holly from Dumb and Dumber, the red hair, real hot girl.
Oh,
Jazz.
yeah.
Nobody was getting hers?
Dude.
No, so she's up there, and I see her on her phone like that, and I know one stupid fact about her. And she was born in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Okay. And I said that, and she goes, "Yeah, but my dad was in the army. We moved." I'm like, "Oh, there goes my
Shut up,
in."
bitch.
But
Yeah, hit her.
Fuck you.
What the fuck is your problem?
you go.
You should have asked her to sign her own tits for you.
That's doing that. Just sign your own tits. Here's $20.
Can you sign these for me?
And I talk about. You see this idol worship?
Are you just going around checking their eyes, seeing how healthy they look before you pay for their autograph?
I know where they're.
Check everybody's polls.
I know where they're born at. Right. But well, I'll talk about that. When you go to the convention, you realize like they might have the fame that's 20 years ago. The guy who was in Superman Returns, Brandon Routh. Now, he never did anything since then. Like, but they need money. They made him make a.
Wait, was he there too?
All the Superman from
God.
Since except Christopher Reeve.
What about the new guy?
Christopher Weave.
He wasn't, oh, wait,
Weave, dude.
he wasn't, but the Avengers.
Put me back on that motherfucking horse.
That's a paralyzed black stripper name.
But
I wish I could say I was faster than a speeding
She's
bullet.
got a chairlift powered by a straw on a pole.
oh my God!
She's using her really long
cherry picker.
fingernail to steal her wheelchair.
Coming up the ramp to the stage, Christopher Weave. She's got a handler that does this for her.
So Christopher Reeve did not make
No,
it.
he was not there. But who was there? Jimmy
Wonder what
Olsen
he
was
up
there.
to.
But you go like when you go to the horror convention in Cherry Hill, every once in a while they'll have a Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, or Bruce Campbell.
I don't think he's there this time, but I think this summer he's going to be there.
Yeah, he's coming to the
and
Morning Oaks.
I have to go to this one because I had planned to go when the pandemic hit, and I was like, I have to get Freddy Krueger's autograph, even though it was like $150.
He was at the one. He's coming. Yeah, it's coming in Oaks in the fall. It's going to be there. But I went to one, and the people. There's a line of 100 people waiting to get his autograph and to get a picture taken. It's like $200. But he's not really Freddy Krueger. So I walked in the room. He was doing a Q&A, and somebody said, "In Dream Warriors, in Friday the Night
Part 3?
Yeah, part 3. He goes." When you made the Dokken video, was like Steve Melvin playing bass, or was it Fred Jones who replaced him in the Dokken video? Because they did the song Dream Warriors, right?
Ain't gonna dream no more.
And you go Wikipedia for Dream Warriors. This song, the description says Dokken uses the power of rock to defeat Freddy Krueger, right? Yeah. But people think he's he's pure evil. I can touch him and feel the evilness in him. I did a plumbing job for a guy who was the sexton at the Basilica in Philadelphia, St. Peter, one Philly, right? And he said,
Could you feel the evil in him?
Yeah, well, no, but
What's Sexton?
he's like the guy who's like a head usher,
Oh, okay.
right? When we have big events and weddings and stuff, he would see people, and his name
Less
this
cool than
is
his
totally.
He's talking to older boys like, look, kid, you want your dick sucked? You got to go through me. You got to let me suck your dick first before you let the priest suck your dick.
Oh, whoa! What are you
Lots of people's little brothers are back there, kid. What are you going to show me?
Not so fast there. You gotta work your way up. So, but I did a job for the guy, and he had a really bad toupee on. And he goes, "Look what I invented." He goes, and you know the snap button for your shirt?
Yeah.
He glued one to his head to the wing and snap it on.
No way.
But this all goes back to Freddy Krueger.
He glued a button to his scalp.
Yeah, and he goes, "It's the snaps on."
Velcro
Right?
hair.
And he
I was
goes,
horribly burned in an accident. Now they call me Bald-Headed Krueger.
but this goes back. So he goes, when the Pope, I think it was like John Paul II, he goes, when he said a mass there, he goes, "John," I go, "Yeah." He goes, "The Pope walked by me." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I reached out and I touched his robe," and he goes, "John, I could feel the power going through that man." All right, and I'm like, that's what these idiots think, that Freddy Krueger's really Robert Englund's evil.
He's
right?
the Pope of nightmares.
He's a scary pope.
When you go to when they see Bruce Campbell, they think he's very funny.
He's supposed to be a dickhead, isn't he?
I read his biography. I don't think he came across as
I
funny.
think
He
his
came like a
soup's
dick.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Like he's smart aleck, and but people.
What'd you say? What'd you say to me?
I said I think his soup's pretty good.
I can't.
Sean,
I'm
you
sorry.
tiny motherfucker.
Yeah, I
Little-
played
the
too
wid- did you
much.
get
You're about to
bit by
get
a
chunked.
wid?
Yeah.
Bitten by a radioactive wid.
I'm such a fucking idiot.
But you go the conventions, but it's so I go to the tattoo room where the shirt's from, and it's packed, and people go, "Well, hey, we'll make appointments," and you realize if you can make an appointment, like I thought, like Wednesday after. No, these people drove in from Idaho, which are tattoo
Yeah,
tools.
dude.
But it was packed with like strippers and hot Asian girls with big breasts because they have high fat American diets. Like I was saying earlier too, you see, it's really weird too. You see like a girl with a very very Asian face, but like a porn star body, and she looks like looks like Margaret Cho, but she talks like a Wawa cashier, like next in line. Like they have a Philly accent, but they look like they're
She
going to
looks
speak.
Asian, but she's actually a normal person.
This is nuts. This is a level of Asian racism that I thought died out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like
They got a normal people head,
Yeah.
or body rather,
You think you'd
and
hear
then they got that bug alien head.
You think she's going to have a thick Chinese accent? And she
Yeah.
talks like, yeah, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
You getting your dick sucked or not?
My
hon?
favorite are the black Asians, the ones that hang out with a lot of black people.
Oh, they're so scary.
Yeah, so now they like say the N-word and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it comes out
Those
as
are my
It comes
favorite.
out as nickel.
Yeah.
John, you need to fucking
Yeah.
chill, man.
Dude, I can feel the evil coming off of him.
Can you feel the roofer in me?
Yeah, true.
But they but so the convention. But the convention, it was rows and rows of people getting ink done. But in the back they had a sideshow, and it was a guy and a girl with hooks through their skin, swinging like puppets, but it was hooked into their skin,
Yeah,
piercings. But then they bought a rock and roll magician. It's some guy with like a long wig on, but he lives in Kensington, and he was put on a fake British accent, going, "Oh, like the guy in Wayne's World. I beat them to death with his shoes." Like
telling the story.
But so he's doing hearing a Kensington person do a British accent.
Yeah.
That's
And
me.
he's like, "Do you believe me? Do or what?
Yeah.
I'm going to produce a pigeon from a," and it was, but it was just. I would get. You have a tattoo? You have anything? You have
Yeah,
anything?
I got a robot on my leg.
Do you?
I don't
I
have
would
any.
get one, but I'm still. My mom's been dead for 4 years. I think she's going to come back and beat me to death. I got something on my arm right there.
Get a picture of your mom beating you to death on your forearm.
I was gonna say, get a picture of an Asian lady who's on a high-fat American diet.
There was a.
With a word bubble over her head
Oh my god!
and a nickel in it.
There was a guy. There was a guy there tattooing.
Non-nickel.
He's known for the best in the business to tattoo over women that lost their nipples from medical issues.
Sure.
And he was tattooing a woman's nipples on her, and looks completely real. But it was neat seeing that stuff there. It's
I would get Calvin pissing on my missing nipples.
Nipple, please.
What's the scar look like? Where does it look like a winking eye instead of having a nipple there?
It's like a straight line. Like
I would just get eyelashes on my nipple scar.
You need 2 pussies, 2 new pussies,
Yeah.
2 tiny tit pussies. Imagine if tits had pussies on them.
Shawn, you're in ideas, man.
I was losing Steve for a little. Now I'm feeling crazy again.
Now you're get that pillow back.
I know.
Take that puppet away from him.
I did the helium contest a couple years ago. Like say 2014.
Sure.
I brought my parents out. I brought 16 people out to vote for me that night, and I still didn't pass. Right? You get a nice tape out of it.
Yeah.
So I bring my 89-year-old dad.
That's why I don't host at Helium. Is I did it I think 2 or 3 times. I did Philly's Funniest.
Right.
And then I said after the last time I did it, I was on vacation with my family and I drove home from the shore to do it. And I didn't even want to do it, but I felt pressured. And I had a horrible time and I hated it. And I said I am never doing that again. And I was a host at the time. And they said the next year came up and they said, you haven't signed up yet. And I said, I am not going to. And they said, if you don't sign up, you're not going to work here. And I said, well, see you later.
That's
it's
fucking
not
crazy.
That was like
down,
8
just
years ago.
It's gut, and like it's a shame too because as you get older, like McGonagall, Andy Nolan, Roger Weaver, very funny veteran guys. I think when people, you have to be cool, hip, with the goatee and hipster.
Me,
you think you think that, but like, sometimes you think, oh, this guy's gonna be telling jokes about shopping at Gimbals and
Right.
Edsels and 1930 shit.
Outdated racism.
Yeah,
It's the purple nickel guy.
So I bring my dad and mom out to the show, and their comedies like Dean Martin roast.
Yeah.
So they're there, and
So even more racist.
oh my God, yes, exactly.
Dude,
Triple the racism.
remember that Sammy Davis one where they were like, I'd kiss you, but I don't want to get black on my lips. They're crazy,
It's
those things.
real, and
Will
that's in the
Chamberlain's there.
and that's in the
No one?
infomercial.
Yeah, that's the ad.
So I put my parents out, and they had 4 girl comics come out. All right, one was a heavyset lass who went to the West Coast, and she didn't get one laugh at all. I don't want to say their names or drop a hint so you're going to.
Wait, you're telling me there's a woman that wasn't funny?
right?
What the hell?
The
All right,
second
well,
girl,
there's 3
the second girl that came out. She looks like looks like one of the daughters on Bob's Burgers,
Oh, yeah.
and she told a story there where she tried to stab her stepdad with a steak knife.
Wow. Okay. So far, I know both of these.
Yes, right. Then
She ran a show at Philly Improv
Yes.
Theater, and me and Mike were on the same show. She was out
Farting
there
it up,
doing
baby.
some bit. Yeah, we were farting backstage, and I farted so loud that it interrupted the show.
so all right. So she didn't get one laugh. She came out and she didn't tell a joke. She told a story. Thinking, but it was like kind of sad, like telling a story about trying to stab her mom with a steak knife, and it wasn't no joke in it.
Right. So it's a compelling story, but she forgot to make it funny.
Then the next girl came out was a girl that we know, who had like 23. She had breast cancer and she had her breast taken off, and she had to
Yes.
and she tells a story. She just went through it, and she got implants, and she has butterfly tattoos, and she's out in LA
Instead
now.
of nipples, right?
Yeah, and she's real pretty too and stuff, right? And my dad's there. He likes like Phil Stiller jokes and stuff from the 30s, right? And then my dad goes, Jesus Christ, what a piece of shit this show is, right? then it was funny because I was in the room on this side of the room, and Eric Todd and his wife were on the other side. The next comedian came out, and she has medical issues, and it's obvious when she comes out. And Eric Todd, just for fun of it, yells out, "Boo!"
Yeah.
When she first came out.
Oh, she was in a motorized wheelchair.
Because this is going to go back to her, right? And he only did it, and I looked over and I see Eric's wife slap him like
Dude.
this. Like, shut up, don't say that.
The story, she rolls onto the stage in a powered wheelchair, and Eric Todd goes, "Boo!"
Dude,
That's
he is
aw-
so
that's awesome.
fucking
Funniest
funny, man.
thing ever.
Very funny lady. Very cool
She's
lady.
very funny. She's
That's
great.
just a very funny thing to have happened.
That's the best.
I saw her in an episode of
Delco Proper.
You,
Oh, that
SVU,
girl.
Law and Order.
Yeah, she has a career.
Yeah,
She's great.
and she's really good. I did an open mic night at there's wineries, breweries, and there's one distilleries where they make their own like liquor. I did one last week. It's up in by Street Road in Northeast Philadelphia, and it's in an old garage that they put barrels in. It's neat. Eric Todd came out to the spot, and the owners were there, and Eric goes, "It's nice to be here." In this closed down Jiffy Lube. And, they didn't like that.
Yeah, people hate that when you insult the thing that they're trying really hard at.
Yeah.
I went to the horror convention with him. And you know the movie Fright Night? Kid moves next door to a vampire.
Yes.
All right. Well, the guy from Herman's Head was in the movie. Marcy Darcy from
Married with Children.
She's there. In real life, she enjoys flannel, softball. the bad guy.
Lesbo alert.
Yes. She puts like you know trout in a fog machine to get women horny in their bedroom.
She munches boxes.
Smell that? Opens cans of tuna fish as potpourri, but the third guy.
Where's that joke book? Are you cribbing right now?
It's all up here, Tim.
I memorized that. It's a Quran.
Trout in a fog machine to turn women on.
Stick
So,
your box muncher.
They had a what's his name? Oh, but the bad guy in the movie, his name's Evil Ed. He looked like Jack Nicholson, spiky black hair. He was in that movie. He was in Heaven Help Us and Fraternity Vacation. He's a funny looking third character. What do you call it? Character actor.
Yeah.
Well, I tell Eric, I'm like, I love movies and shit. I go, you know what happened to that guy? I go, after that, he made those 3 movies. He started making hardcore porn, male porn. He's a gay guy, gay porno film, and like hundreds of titles. It's on his IMDb account, like Seamen, Men of the Navy, and all these hardcore. Not like where he walks in, he's like taking and receiving and stuff, right?
Oh,
So,
he's in the film?
He's a porno actor, right? Yeah. So Eric Todd goes
A
up
gay
to him.
one?
Screamingly gay, endorsed by every Bennigan waiter in the country. Right? And so Eric Todd goes up to the star of the movie, the guy from Herman's Head, right? And he goes,
He's getting Herman's head on tape.
and it's the guy's an actor. He's been on TV and stuff. And Eric goes, "Hey, where's Evil Ed at? I heard he's a fag." All right? And the guy goes, like, really taken aback. You don't say the F word to a
Again, people hate that.
Yeah, it's not right. And the guy goes,
You don't go
and he goes, I guess, I don't know. Why don't you go over there and ask him? And here he was over there, and he had a crew cut and his body. But you don't say that to. you know, in Hollywood, in the year, you don't say the F.A.
Even in just polite
Hockey
society, meeting a stranger, you say, "Hey, where's your fag friend at right now?
Where's that fairy you bring around?
I don't know. Go over and ask him.
Where's your queer buddy?"
Coolest thing though, when I went to that one, I look over, some guy's walking by me, and he's real sweaty and stuff. And I look, it was Ric Flair, and he would go there. He would sign autographs from 12 to 5. If it was 2 o'clock, he felt leaving, he left. He's as tall as I am. I thought, you think on TV he's like 6'3",
huge, right?
but
no.
he's big, thick, but he was as tall as I am. And it's really sad because at the horror convention, they gave a little table to Nikolai Volkov, the Russian wrestler from the 70s,
dude.
and he was sitting there reading the Philadelphia Young News with his Russian hat, and no one was getting his autograph.
I saw the same scene in Hunt Valley, Maryland in like 2012.
Right.
He was the only one sitting by himself, and nobody was going.
And he
over
lived
there.
down there too.
That's a bummer.
It's sad because some of these people, like the kid who was in the Chucky movies, like they don't do nothing.
The kid that played the doll.
No, but
They don't do nothing besides scare black people.
I went to this open mic with Ed McGonigal, who's 4'11", because you brought up Chucky doll. And Eddie's very particular. He's very funny, hilarious guy. Just right. So we go to the open mic, and it's nice to get out and see people. Like you laugh. I have a hearty laugh. Like right? I mean it.
Classic laugh.
Eddie goes to me he goes, "Hey John, do me a favor. Don't laugh so hard at my jokes. It's goddamn distracting." And that hurt my feelings because I drove him to Jersey. It was half an hour drive, and he's telling me don't laugh at my jokes. It's great when you're on stage.
He's stowed away in the woods props.
Let me out of here.
So on the way home, he doesn't. He could drink because I drove him, and he had one of those big giant glasses they have at microbreweries of beer.
Like a regular size glass.
Yes.
There's a Dixie cup.
Can I have some?
Hey John, tip this regular sized glass towards my mouth.
Can you help me lift this?
I didn't know Capri Suns were 40 ounces. Are you kidding me?
You have a crazy straw, right? So we're driving down the street, and it's in Jersey, and I have a pickup truck with PA tags on it. And Eddie goes, John, pull over. I got a piss like a racehorse. My teeth are swimming. I'm like, and all right. So I pull to a closed down U-Haul place, and he hops out, and he looks like a Chucky doll runs behind hayfields. He goes, thank God we made it. And then the next day, he calls me, and he goes, John, guess what? I go, what? He goes,
I transferred my soul to the body of a child.
I got picked up by the door catcher. Come get me.
Someone put a stick in the cat door. I couldn't get in. So he goes, I got a ticket by the trash truck in the mail. I go, a ticket? What do you mean? He goes, yeah, they said I left trash on the sidewalk. And I think he throws like a tissue box, because look at him, right? And he goes, it was the goddamn Puerto Ricans next door. They threw a ketchup and they put it on my lawn. And he got a ticket from the city.
Oh, my God.
I go, what you do? He goes, I paid it.
Oh no.
He did a show in South Philly at the Oregon Diner. And it's
yeah.
all... They had a room in the back.
Was he cooking for the chef?
Dude,
he's in
every
the chef's
weekend, if you went to the Oregon Diner late enough on a Saturday, you would run into the Blue Meanie.
Oh!
Every weekend.
Thank you. I just made So Eddie did a comedy show for Pickle Man, and Eddie used to buy his like outdated '70s clothes. He had a tie that was it looked like this yellow mustard, but it was that thick on his neck. And he goes down there, and he was the first guy up. And they go, "Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy of Ed McGonigal." And so, there's a bunch of muscle-bound Guidos, and this guy yells out, "I'm gonna make you eat that fucking tie." And Eddie goes, "This guy hates ties."
He's like, I would eat it, but my mother didn't make.
There's a plumbing supply house. Wait, here's a story. There's a and they have a golf outing every year, and they have a comedy show for the luncheon. And this guy, but he had some big people like Lisa Lampanelli before she became famous.
She's a real big person.
Not
all
now,
right.
yeah, right? So the year Eddie did it, a beloved employee of the Plymouth Supply House got drunk on New Year's Eve and out in the middle of Tarsville Avenue and got hit and killed by a car. Left a widow, like 23, and like 4 kids, and it was really sad. And it had like and there were some baseball hats and T-shirts that said like in memory of Shane, whatever his name was, right? And that was his name. And it was real sad. So at the luncheon they bring her up and the kids up, and they raised money for her, and they gave her a check, and then they said the Lord's Prayer, and then some other prayer, and it was real sad. And the second they got saying the word Amen,
They flushed his ashes.
No, they go, and now the comedy of Ed McGonigal. And he's like, I had to go up. At the adult romance video store, Excitement Video on Amarillo Avenue, Risque Video. It's 2 corner store right next to it. I accidentally used to go there. They had an asteroids machine, and I moved
That's
to
the only
California.
place I've ever purchased a pornography in my life. I was a teenager.
I asked. I went there. So I moved to California. I gave my nephew my number. It was my phone number. That's you go and tell you guys. That's how you know what file you were. So I moved back from California, and I go in there, and your boy, the Blue Meanie, was working there.
Oh hell yeah!
Right, and you can't not know him. He's got a blue mohawk, right?
Yeah.
And I go, I'm renting, German female bodybuilders in Heat and German female bodybuilders in Heat Part 2. My right. And he goes, oh look, you're in the 700 club. I go, what do you mean by that? He goes, you have 700 rentals for a year. And here is my nephew and his friends, right? And he must like, how could you rent have porno films?
This was
and it was the blue meanie.
This is pre-internet, dude.
And the Blue Meanie, and it was but he said a lot. The store stay in business because you're afraid the internet's going to follow you if you look up, like
right.
And so people buy DVDs still. But
bunch of paranoid perverts.
The Blue Meanie
with scraggly comb overs and gold rimmed glasses.
I was in
looking
there
over their shoulders as they go in.
My grandpa gave me the only porn DVDs I have were from my grandpa.
Gave them to you.
Oh,
Yeah, it did.
Whoops.
How long
Thank
was
you,
it up?
Dave.
Repeat
okay,
that again about your grandpa giving you porno.
My grandpa gave me a bunch of old westerns, and there's a bunch of pornos in it, and I still have them.
Ooh.
DVDs, yeah.
A fistful of dollar bills.
I don't know what they are. I never even it's all on my iPod. When I was a boy, it was all on my iPod. Everything I could have ever wanted.
Clint Eastwoody.
I'm in. No, it's. Oh, this is gross. The one excitement video in South Philly by cheerleaders by Front Street.
Mhm.
You go in there and they have a section, and I don't like this. This turns me off of porn stars that passed away. They have a whole shelf of in memory of, and who
Can
wants
light
to
a
see
candle for him.
Yeah, who wants to see a porno film with?
You're just jerking off.
Yeah, to a
It's something
dead one.
unpredictable, but in the end, it's right.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I hope you don't tell any of this to my wife.
Mike, that seems like exactly your thing.
I was just about to tell John, I'm glad that I know about this because I'd like to go pay my respects to Cherry Poppins.
I'm in there and I
Happy birthday in heaven, Cherry.
I'm in there and I sneezed, and two people at the same time said, "God bless you." There's no God in here. It's a hellhole.
Did you put your nose through the glory hole?
God, damn.
Everyone's offering you tissues at the same time.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's really broken down the categories in there too. Like it's
I gotta go
wherever you
there.
like to have.
Gooey
it.
decimal system.
When I first, when someone tricked me and made me become a member at a something video.
What a national trick.
But
I've been had.
no, I did too. I you ever have friends that started selling pretzels in high school on the street and they're making tons of money? Well, my trick was I would go there and I used to have 3 VCRs hooked up and I would burn VHS tapes and sell them to my friends.
Nice.
I went there one time and I borrowed my parents' Grand Am and I went down to get the porno thing.
Whenever you hear a porn star is very sick, I would rent her tapes and copy them. And then when she dies,
Value skyrockets.
And I got who was her name? Chasey Lane.
Mm-hmm.
She was real hot in 1990, right? And today she's a complete mess. But
You
so I
don't
watched
say.
these lesbians on parade and stuff like that. I get home and here the Blue Meanie put the wrong tape in the box, and I'm not making this up for sake of joke. It was Clown Fuckers 1 and Clown Fuckers 2. All right,
Yeah, that's
and
what I
thinking,
call every girl that sleeps with me, bro.
uh,
I'm a whole clown.
you just said, right?
I'm a whole clown.
So I figured, all right, how big could it be? And-
Every one of those videos is just a gangbang because they keep getting out of the car.
Right, that's exactly right. So
did you call and tell his boss? And he had to call him into the office like, listen, Blue, you can't keep fucking up like this.
Hand in your coming badge.
you read me the riot act, right? Oh my god! Right? So I did put it in, and it was a fake circus setup in like a garage, and people wearing clown makeup having sex, and he like a dwarfs in, and it had real creepy, and it was not.
Imagine getting Roadhead on a unicycle or in a tiny Volkswagen.
and it was not erotic at all. It was awful. So
You're probably laughing so hard.
I was. Right, so I'm like fuck, right? Because I was gonna burn these things, it's all, So I put the 2 tapes in the backseat of my car, and I went to my dad's car. I went to work the next day, and I forgot all about them, right? So I come home and I go, shit. After work, I'm gonna return them back to the store, and they weren't in there. And I'm like, fuck. And I go,
Dad, did I leave 2 French comedies in your
no.
car?
That's almost what I did. I said it was my friend Al. They're his honeymoon videos. He left me. He goes, "Yeah, I saw them. They're in the goddamn garage on the shelf, and I want your mom to see them." But I'm thinking my dad's thinking John's watching clown porn. He was always asking me to go to the circus when he was a kid. clown porn. Like who the fuck is into that?
Man, how unfortunate for you to be outed as that kind of pervert to your parents.
That's a rough one.
Like that's worse. I should have said I was a drug addict or something. It was more acceptable.
I left syringes in the back seat. That's preferable to
clown porn.
You're lying to your parents about why there's paint on your face.
Clown porn. Oh my god. I went to Temple for radio, television, and film.
Me too.
Did you really? I swear, it was RTF. I don't know what they call
Go
it.
Owls. Media Studies and Production. Is what they call it now.
I learned the most from doing like studio stuff. Like you're filming things.
I
And
didn't learn anything when I was in school.
Bootlegging
Oh,
clown
really?
I
porn.
just learned doing like
Yeah, what
internships.
semester do they teach you that at?
a guy I went to school with went to California. And he got a job for Vivid Video.
Yeah.
And their headquarters is right by like the Hollywood Bowl, like wherever the hell they
Yeah,
are.
you can see it right off the 101. Is that
Yeah,
it?
right there. And he was supposed to like film videos up in Chatsworth, California, and he was a artiste director. Like he wanted to make like Martin Scorsese of porno films.
Yeah,
And they
that
finally told him,
rules.
dude, what the fuck? Just put the camera in and film it. Like he was like angle shots and
Yeah, that's awesome.
Your lens flare.
Yeah,
Your-
taking your job to set. You're filming two drug addicts. Fuck. You're like, cut. Can we take it
Yeah.
from the top?
Two retarded drug addicts.
Yeah, two monsters.
Just destroying each other sexually.
Yeah, I like porn
In-
stars.
in-
got it rough.
Yeah.
It's Chatsworth is about 20 miles from like Hollywood. You go up the hill, but it's where they film some TV shows that are like 24 and other shows. But somewhere online it said that the largest collection of video duplicating stuff is there. That's where they all. That's where they all.
That's when you made your pilgrimage.
Yes.
I smuggled my clown tapes into the world's largest tape duplicating headquarters.
Yeah.
When we were teenagers, my friend, the milkman, he had a porno tape, and one of our friends, like, when you're kids, you don't know about sex. You think, like we said, that girls get super wet and when they're horny, and like in the book says.
Yeah.
He said that when girls see porno tapes, it's like Spanish fly. They freak out and get all horny. So it was like 4 guys and 3 girls. We came over to his house, and this is when VCRs were popular. When they were whatever. And he goes, "Oh, look at this tape I found. I don't know what's on. I'm going to put it in." They put it in. It's some fat bald guy with a beard going down on a girl, and he goes, "Oh, this is great, nectar of the gods," right? And we're thinking the girls are all going to like turn like horny minxes, like eh.
That's so
They,
funny.
they were creeped out and they left. They thought,
You're like
creep-
Clockwork Orange in these girls.
And he goes, "It's not mine. It's my dad's."
You're like, watch this.
Whoa.
They
did
did
he
not-
know what tape? Was that his pick?
Yes,
He planned this out.
Yes,
And
the
he
girls,
put on the Bjork Stalker tape.
That's so funny.
He jumps out behind a pole and slaps her.
Did
butt.
you guys really razz him about this?
Yes.
About
Yeah.
drying
You
up the
fucking
ladies?
idiot.
The girls probably thought we were all perverts from Northeast
Yeah.
Philly. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
I never schemed on pussy with a friend.
Me
I
neither.
feel- Is that something I missed out on? That might have been a big thing in like the 70s because it wasn't all the movies. Did you ever scheme on pussy
I
with your
did
boy?
not know.
No.
What's that
How do you
mean?
mean? Yeah.
What schemed on pussy?
Like,
Like
like
chat
you
up
and your
gals.
boys bring girls over to the house and try to throw on a porno and see what happens. Never once did anything with my boys
Oh.
that way.
Just in school.
My ex-girlfriend went to the porno, and it was just like you hear an old joke in the back of the video store. We had the beads hanging down. You go back to the room there. I didn't want her to know what I liked, right? Like hot lesbians and big tits and stuff like that. So I let her pick one out, and she picked out she thought it'd be funny. It was called Pee-Pee's Big Misadventure, and it was a guy impersonating Pee Wee Herman getting blown. And it was awful. Like he'd come and he'd be like, "Ugh," and, it's just, and it was awful. And
Jerry's like, get off of me!
Some pussy you'd like to share with the rest of us, Miss Larry?
He's holding her hand while she fucks Cowboy Curtis.
Well, thank you, Pee Wee.
that's and it was and the guy all he did was have a tight suit on him and it was porno parodies. Awful. They have like it's called Not the Brady Bunch,
Right.
Not the Event, and they're
I always
awful.
wondered who those were for because they weren't good at either of the things that they were trying to do.
Yeah,
like they
porn
weren't
or-
funny and they
yeah.
weren't good porn.
Well, Tim, the one that did deliver was the Sarah Palin one, Nailin' Palin.
Nailin' Palin was
Yeah,
good.
that was the
Oh,
only
yeah.
one though.
They made
Yeah.
they made like 2 or 3 of them too, and there's one where she has sex with the Barack Obama, and
Barack Hard Obama.
yeah,
Nice.
she's in town a lot too. Lisa Ann, her name is, who plays her.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I do see her on billboards a lot.
And
I do get weirded out when I'm driving and a billboard's advertising a visiting porn star.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of fucked up?
Yeah, imagine going. I've never. Would you guys ever go see a porn star live?
Yeah.
Maybe
What
when I
are
was
they
like
doing?
19.
I think they're like doing
Well,
comedy. I think she
doing
specifically.
comedy?
Lisa Ann is?
I think they're doing
she's on
live
Preston
shows.
Steve once
She's
in a
going to
while.
open for us at Helium.
She's opening for everybody.
Help! Help!
There was a
God
there
damn.
was a place in Allentown, Pennsylvania called Al's Diamond Cabaret, and that was where the porn before they came to Philadelphia, and they had like Miss Nude Europe, and like I said, it's a hairy mess. But that's when you think things. Like, do you ever go to the racetrack, like the Parks Casino or something? They have a racetrack, and you think it's only in movies. Like you see guys are in rumpled, tan overcoats and hats and cigars, and it's
ripping
real.
up tickets and throwing them on the ground. Yeah, no,
That's
I've
real.
seen that,
That's
yeah.
not like a fake Hollywood
Dude,
thing.
I had a friend's parents
That's
take
ponies.
me and my friend to the racetrack when we were like little kids.
Dude,
like
I
it
did
was like
that
a
for my
fun
dad's,
day.
like 40th birthday.
You didn't like it?
I remember.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
I don't know. I think everywhere I looked, I was like, "Whoa, this is grim."
But when the porn stars are at like a major one comes to the thing, there's guys it's just like a scummy comb over.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing as like want to touch Freddy Krueger and thinking
Yeah.
he's the devil.
Yeah.
You want to
Feel her
touch cum
comb.
angel, yeah.
They say the same thing when the race starts and when the sex starts, and they're off.
At the horror convention this weekend in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Thora Birch is there.
Oh,
The girl from Ghost World and
Oh, right.
American Beauty. She's nude in it, big chest and stuff like that.
Ay, ay, ay.
Redhead, real hot girl.
yeah.
Her parents were porno stars in like the
What?
what's Deep Throat, Devil, the early '70s. Her mom and dad are both porno stars, like major ones. Like
You know
not
that?
near the
Oh my God.
Someone told me.
That's
Someone,
she's
Heavens to
nepotism,
Betsy.
baby.
True.
This is nepotism.
Nepotism, baby.
nepotism.
Wow.
God dang.
Man.
That's how you get ahead, I guess.
The worst.
That's how you get head.
Yeah.
Shawn.
This is something you should, I think it wasn't in August, but then it moved to like November. But in Edison, New Jersey, it's called
Exotica.
That's a fun thing to go to. It's just
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
think we have to go to that.
That's
and,
by my house, guys. We can.
Yeah.
you
Oh, I
guys
would
can
love
come
to.
by
Let's
tomorrow,
squat
my
up.
mom and dad.
There's one other thing that they also have there at the Edison, New Jersey complex is
lot of
Sopranos
Indian
Con.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I heard that's really sad.
it was in
Yeah.
Atlantic City.
I have
afterwards.
friends that went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot. I know a lot of people that go there. That's like
Sopranos Con?
Italian Mecca.
Yeah.
They go there, they pray, and they fucking get
Spaghetti
Bobby
Mecca.
Bacala.
That-
Yeah, true.
Bobby Bacala's there.
It's just all a bunch of the Russian guys probably that sit by themselves and don't
Bobby
get talked to.
Bacala.
But the Exotica, it's like the tattoo convention. You walk around, you see people selling whips and chains, and there's that. But in the center is a big box where they're selling. They're doing a what do you call it? Like OnlyFans. You can watch the girls.
Blue Meanies renting pornos.
But the saddest thing was I look over and Ron. This is before he went to jail, but Ron Jeremy was walking around,
Nice.
and what a ugly.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
Ugly,
Yeah,
human
he's
being. And
gross
you
as
know what
hell.
sucks too? You see an adult romance video star, you like her. Oh, she's hot. So you click her videos, and then you see she did a scene with him. I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
she's tainted.
It does fuck you up, doesn't
It
it?
is. It's
Like that's your girlfriend. You're like, you fucked him.
Oh, it's so. That's exactly right.
You ever put on a porno and it's a bald guy and he's just jackhammering and you're just like, nah, it's not for me.
It's just gross.
Close the casket.
Close the casket.
Yeah.
I only did it once because I'm always afraid Google's going to keep my memory. But do you ever see when there's a porn thing and they don't have the name of the actress and people are like, who's that? Name please, name please.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
right? I put I know it is. It's your mom.
John, what the hell?
I'm thinking for my little joke.
Whoa. I didn't know you had a dark side.
You a whole demon on there.
That is like I said earlier. It's you see a girl you like and you go, oh, look at her other films. She's there. She's kissing a girl. Next one, she's with a
football team?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Washington General.
Yeah, she's getting her head put through a Chinese restaurant window, and you're like, okay, I don't know
John-
if I like her anymore.
Yeah, she's. Oh my god.
John, to that point, I'm like 6 videos into this lady, and I have yet to see a negative comment yet. This is the longest streak of positive comments under any 1-star's video.
Down syndrome?
No. Very attractive, thick lady named Becky Taylor XXX. So it's Becky Tailor XXX, and everybody loves her. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Do you get in the comments like, what's up, boys? We're back. Video number 6.
I'm close.
There was a, what's her name? There's a real hot one, a woman named Veronica Leal. Gorgeous. She's at the convention. Also, to all these porn stars, all the women are small. They're like scrawny, so they can make an average guy when she grabs his hoagie roll, looks gigantic because they're all like little twerpy girls. There was a girl named Janice Griffith.
I think they were
Yeah, I know
all.
her.
I think they were all malnourished as children
pretty.
as well. It explains their smallness. Their mothers
just
smoked with them in the
forgotten.
womb.
There was a woman there.
Yeah, if you just eat Doritos as a kid, you're gonna fuck clowns.
There was a woman there.
Sodas for
Her name's
breakfast.
Tiny Tiata. She's like this tall, but she's perfectly proportioned. But she's like that tall, and she's not like a stubby midget. Like I can drive a Zambo.
You don't
She's-
want,
she's
you don't
a
want to
zoomed out.
chunk her.
You can't chunk her.
No.
She doesn't need regulation.
And I was telling somebody a story about her, but it sounds creepy because she's developed like a woman, but like she was like in a shrunk in a washing machine. But
She's shrinky dink.
But I'm thinking I started
Giving
thinking,
head McGonagall.
yeah, there's his soulmate.
mouth or not?
They thought I fucked her, but it was the Puerto Rican next door. Stop! It makes me feel like I'm going to shit. It's mostly piss. John, I squirted in your truck. John, pull over. I got to squirt. And my teeth are swimming.
It's but some girls are just I can't think of their names, but they're just absolutely gorgeous.
If you had to pick one, who would be the one that blew you away with their beauty?
She has tattoos. Abby, something like that. She's got tattoos. I got a picture taken with her.
I would love to see it.
She has
At a convention?
she has like purple hair, but she's got like fake tats and tattoos all over her chest and stuff.
Nice.
What the hell's her name?
What'd she smell like?
Oh no, but I'm looking at her. I'm going. She could be a freaking like a Guess jeans
Supermodel?
model. That's
Yeah.
dating myself. Like she's just gorgeous. Like, and she's making these porno films. She's
You
really.
should have saved her. You should have said, "I can take you away from all this tonight, baby."
Yeah.
Just get in my pickup. Just move those bins full of rubber
Puppets,
chickens
and
and
puppets.
get my pickup truck. We'll leave tonight. I'll get you out of here.
There's another girl named Janice Griffith. Really, just like they could be actresses on like 90210, whatever. Not, I'm dating myself. What's a teen drama? I don't know.
Melrose Place.
Riverdale.
Riverdale.
I can't think of the name. I'm gonna say the wrong thing.
Euphoria.
Cloverfield.
Euphoria I watched today.
But
Oh, I could picture you
They
watching
made me
Euphoria.
fucking watch that crap today. I wanted to shoot myself in the head.
It's indignant. I
It's
don't like
like
it.
it's like I don't know.
John, have you seen that yet, Euphoria?
No, I don't know what it's about. I know it's.
You got to
it's-
stay away from that, dude.
It's like teen girls tearing things up.
It's just like pretty
It's
much.
one of your videos.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, you
teen
shouldn't
romance
get to that.
show.
John, if you watch Euphoria, I think you might get too powerful. I think
be
that
like,
might
whoa.
be just what you
Dude,
need.
what if we did a Euphoria podcast with Kensil?
Oh, that would be terrific. Yeah.
What is it about?
It's like it's like a modern high school where like there's trans and shit like that, and they're fucking adults, and
Oh,
they're all
man.
16 and they're doing drugs and shit.
Oh man, I know it's real popular. I didn't see it yet.
So popular. It's HBO.
We're gonna do a watch along with Kensil of Euphoria,
That's such a good idea.
and just making him recap episodes.
Did you ever watch a movie with your parents and a sex scene comes on? Like fuck.
Yeah,
Dude, there was
Yeah.
one weekend that I'll never fucking forget this. You know how every now and again you would get a free trial of a specific channel?
Prism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my family and I, we were watching TV one night. I was like probably like fucking 10, and my dad was working the clicker, and he happened to come across Playboy, and we had a free trial that weekend, and he just left it on. So my sister and I were just like, I guess we should go to bed now.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, he's a real pig.
That's great.
When we used to share.
I try to whenever there's like a dicey situation in a movie I'm watching with my kids, I try to just stone face it, just like I'm experiencing the same embarrassment in the opposite direction. And my daughter's 14, she'll run out of the room like, I don't like this, is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And whenever my 11-year-old sees big tits, he goes, "Whoa!"
That's what I do too.
His hat
I
jumps
forget
off his
what
head.
movie it was. There was a movie that was like mostly PG-13, and then there was one scene with big tits, and he just went, "Whoa!" and walked out of the room. And then he was doing laps between the living room and the kitchen, and I think the tits were on there for 2 laps. And every time he came back in, just whoa! Yeah.
Dude, that's how you know a movie's good, when movie tits turn you into a black comic.
My I had left the tape in the VHS machine years ago. My sister's kids, they're all like 40 now. in there, and they went downstairs to watch what was popular in the 80s, like Thundercats or something, right? And they hit play, and my nephew came upstairs, and it was a porn movie playing, and he goes, "Ma, John has a go-go movie on."
A go-go movie.
A go-go movie.
movie.
Like go-go dancers. Because he
movie.
didn't understand the concept of porno films. He called it a go-go movie.
I like that. Watching my go-go films.
Sexy dancers.
There's a guy in Northeast Philly who started the acceptance video on one of them. And he's like a like the Bill Gates of adult romance video stuff. But I can't think of his name. But he's from Philly. He's the biggest porn guy in the country.
He's the Bill Gates of porno.
Yeah, or something rich.
He's like trying to like
Microsoft.
Yeah.
He's Bill Bates.
He's like manipulating the WHORE.
Fucking Bill Gates, man.
I thought that was a great
Tim,
conspiracy
that was
joke.
good.
It is. I
Thank you.
hate Bill Gates.
no.
I went to my high school reunion. I mean, my grade school reunion. Did you ever not high school? Did you ever go to a grade school?
Oh
reunion?
no,
Ours always get canceled due to lack of interest.
Yeah, it sucks.
due to fentanyl overdoses.
Yeah.
Well, this girl, she was really pretty. I went to school with, and Sandy H. Her name was. That's all I'll say. Well, she drove up from Alabama to go to our reunion in a station wagon, and I pulled in front of the hall where it's at, and it was all filled with kitchen stuff. Her parents gave her all. They're getting her kitchen remodel. Gave her all pots and pans, and I go, Sandy, whatever happened to you after you graduated? She goes, oh. She goes, I got involved in porno, and she goes, I sucked and fucked my way from here down to Florida. She goes, I did everything, piss videos, everything, and then she goes, about
Clowns.
4 years. She goes, 4 years ago, I found Jesus, and now she works at like a Piggly Wiggly, whatever those southern supermarkets are, as a cashier. And she goes, I found Jesus, but I'm thinking, what's your
Some Mexican dude in the back of the
Dude,
Piggly
the reason
Wiggly.
we couldn't do a grade school reunion for me because of the number of the girls that became hookers.
really?
Like it would just there's no coming back from
You'd
that.
have to pay for them to attend.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Harrison Dye. He said Phil Gapes.
Nice.
Bless you, Harrison.
Well, I did a podcast with somebody, and he told me his beloved niece they all love. He was flipping through, and he found out she's doing an OnlyFans. He goes, I can't believe it's my freaking niece.
That's
But
gotta be
I
tough.
didn't ask him the second question. Like,
Yeah, what's the address?
you still
Weird.
follow her?
You want me to check the link out to see if it's like as bad as you're assuming? Because you don't want to assume it's worse than it is. It's probably nothing. And then you could just give them a fictional version. Like, oh yeah,
Probably
it's
watch
all
all of her videos. for
clothes
you.
on stuff. It's not really.
You an OnlyFans man, John?
I don't even know what it is. It's like you watch,
Yeah,
pay to watch
right.
videos. The people have those TikTok videos. They ask, there's a guy. You ever see how bad they are? The guy, it's some kid with like scuzzy hair, and he can't interview people. He goes, "I'll give you $500. Tell me the biggest secret in your life." And he's the interviews. He's just so terrible. And the girl goes, "I have an OnlyFans account." The guy's like, "Whoa." Anybody could do it. Any girl could do it. No
Yeah,
bedrooms.
it's like a Patreon
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
pussy.
They can't stop you.
Um,
OnlyFans is just girl podcasting. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a podcast for a girl.
Podcast for girls.
Yeah.
um,
I don't ever want to do a
So-
podcast with a girl. I don't think I have. Actually, our friends' wives don't count. I guess.
Who's our friends' wives?
Sid's.
Oh
Ainsley.
yeah.
I did podcast. I think Ainsley's the only woman I've ever podcasted with in my life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd like to keep it that
That's
way.
a good podcast though.
well, somebody tapes the OnlyFans and they put them up on porn sites.
Yeah.
Watch-
Yeah.
and they have Russian girls and they're gorgeous, but you can't watch a porn movie with the volume up. You got always the volume down. Sometimes
Why?
my neighbors have
Oh.
paper thin walls. Right? So you put it on closed caption and you hear like
You
sound
get a
of a
headset.
midget being
My neighbors are
slammed.
Russian.
Yeah. So you put the volume
Close
and-
captions.
and when the Russian girls were high cheekbones, when they try and talk sexy, it's creepy. She's like, they got the other cock. It's just not.
Yeah. I
When
can't even
there's an
handle a
accent.
British accent.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Not
Hello,
even-
you.
like, no, stop that. I don't like it.
Oh, that
If
accent.
it's not like a dumb whore voice, I can't listen to it. Like it has to be like an East Coast dumb whore.
Instead of treating, we get dick.
next to noise. It's- oh,
Man. Yeah, I gotta stop watching porn. Did you guys hear about how I got a spam email that was like talked about on Matt and Shane's? There's a guy being like, send me $1,000. I have videos of you masturbating.
Everybody gets
I
it.
see.
I know, it was so funny though.
Did you fall for it?
No. I was briefly scared, and then I read it. I was like, oh, this is fake.
Yeah.
I'll
no.
only say this: a friend of ours got before like that.
But it was fake, and he coughed up the dough, or he actually had a video.
I don't know if there was any close-ended blackmail, meaning I don't know if he sent
No,
money.
he was on one of those like, was it Omegle? But it was video.
Yeah,
so it
that's
was like
Omegle.
random
Omegle's
like
video.
random
Chat
chats,
roulette.
like chat roulette. Yeah.
Mm.
So he goes on and there's this hot girl and she's like fingering herself.
Whoa.
And she's like, I want you to. She's typing this. She's not saying it out loud. She's like, take your dick
Some
out
bros-
and jerk off.
Oh.
He jerks off on video, and then the video cuts
Oh,
out. And
I
they just
know who
type,
this is.
LOL.
Let's not say it. Like,
LOL.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a comedian we
Yeah.
know.
Someone had a video of they're interviewing Mark Zuckerberg in his offices, and he had a couple of his laptops out on his desk, and he had electrical tape over the camera.
Mhm.
He goes,
Oh yeah,
nothing. Just so I don't see what he's doing there.
Yeah.
dude. The NSA can activate them at any time. You have to cover them.
Yeah, the NSA operates out of AT&T stores across the country. I read on the internet recently.
Really? Were you reading
I was reading
World Star comments?
No, I got it. Jinx made a video of like the Nashville, because the Nashville shooter guy. They were like, wasn't not the shooter, the guy who drove the truck with the bomb in it into Nashville, and he was going to the AT&T building.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, he wasn't going for the AT&T building, and everyone's like, yeah, he was, dude. He was trying to get the NSA.
I don't even think I know about the guy that was driving with the bomb.
Remember, it was
He
it a
blew up-
Christmas day or it was
Yeah,
like
he was
Yeah.
like playing a song. Wait, is
yeah
it
he
the
was
same
like
guy?
blasting a song from his RV.
I went to Nashville like a couple months after that. Yeah, it was still fucked up. It's like buildings are destroyed because of him.
I went to a Vegas a couple years ago, which is really fun. Vegas is really neat, and I won't say his name, but I was with a comedian, and we went to a massage parlor, and we asked the taxi cab driver, take us to a massage parlor, and we go there, and this woman came out, and she was the hardest looking Korean woman I've ever seen. Like, she was not, you could barely tell she was a female. And
Jesus Christ!
right, and I'm like,
She's just shuffling around with her hands in her pockets,
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette.
and it was not
Squatting.
It was
Squatting, yeah.
Like, you want to see something that was resemblance of like a big breast or something like and she was just looked like a man, right? And she took my 4'11" friend
I wonder who this
in
could
the room,
possibly be.
and she gave him a real massage, and he goes, "That's it, that's it." He goes, "Come on," and he starts going, I guess, pointing down. He told me the story. I wasn't like looking in the window.
Yeah.
He goes, "That's it, that's it," and she goes, and like, if I do her real voice, am I being a racist? If I do, she goes,
Patreon, you
she
can't
goes,
be
"No,
racist on
no, I
Patreon."
can be fired." That's my least way of doing
Yeah,
it.
okay, that's acceptable.
And she goes, "Shh," and she locked the door, and she held her hand in her mouth while she whacked him off. It was like beating off,
She tried to snuff him out.
yeah. she gave him hand. It was probably like like she's putting a pool cue, like because he's 4'11", fury. But and then she goes, "Okay, you next." And she goes, "It'll be $175 because we're tourists from out of town."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll get out of my car, and I went outside and waited for him. I ain't giving her $175 when,
Oh my
like
God.
I said, because God invented RedTube and
Yeah.
YouPorn and stuff like
God
that.
did invent
And
that.
Yeah, specifically so that you'd never have to encounter an Asian woman.
I don't know. You know what's
A
funny?
manly-looking Asian
You
woman.
know, people have gaydar. I can tell that guy's gay.
Yeah.
You guys probably have it too. Driving down the street, just at the corner of your eye, you see a neon sign that says "Open" on the second floor of a building, massage parlor.
But almost all of them are.
Yeah, it's three. But I don't know. Like, say you go in there, there's different prices. Like, do you carry like $100 in your pocket? You don't want to have in your wallet because you're getting a massage, and her brother's going through ordering George Foreman grillers with your credit card.
Yeah, that's my big fear.
Yeah, 1,000 George Foreman grillers because it comes up as electronic equipment.
That's my trash fine money. I owe that to the township.
exactly. It's a trash.
George Foreman grills. Are you kidding me?
I didn't know. Oh, I remember now. Because it comes up as electronic equipment. But so what do? Do you leave your wallet in the car and walk in, or you keep your pants under your arm when you get the massage?
You tuck it between your cheeks.
It doesn't surprise me down there.
There's more where that came from.
There was one next door to the Comedy Cabaret in the Boulevard. right? It was only on for about 6 months.
McGonagall with a roll of quarters up his ass.
He jacked me off. There's a nice tip waiting for you around back.
It's some Arby's coupons. And he just wants to hear him say Arby's coupons. Arby's coupons.
Tim, there was one. Remember when we pushed that lady's car like up the sidewalk
At
like the game store?
the board game place.
Right where we were pushing that car, there used to be a rub and tug there.
Oh.
There was one next to the cabaret on the boulevard, and it was brand new, and it was a room you go in, and it was really high end. You take your clothes, they gave you a white robe, and your clothes are in a certain room. That's why I got scared of it. And they take a room, it was all white tile, it was a shower area, and the girl would you'd lean against the wall, and she just soap. Really, the girl is really hot looking.
Whoa.
Then you take a room,
It's like a Holocaust exhibit.
exactly.
She would take your shoes and jewelry.
Check the gold teeth. All right.
Yeah, she'd pull your fillings out and jerk you off.
Yeah, you have to fucking like bunks 8 high.
But she would take you, and then she would take another room and give you a real massage, and then, but it sucked because if you're half drunk, you can't release the nectar of the gods, and she's and I will give her an A forever because they rub you raw till you finally.
I'll give her an A for Auschwitz.
But they really work it, and it's just and finally she says, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, and I go,
I have to kill you.
You did enough, yeah.
Put your hand over my mouth.
The very first time we found out you could pick up hookers like that, like my friend, the milkman, and my other friend went down to Center City. They picked up 2 large African American lasses, and their street names were Salt and Pepper. All right, and my friend was in the car with the one girl, and they just give him hand release, right? So my friend's in the back. He was too drunk, and she goes, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. And he goes, just shut up and whack it, bitch. Right? And she got mad. You don't get sassy with African American
Black
lasses,
prostitutes.
especially African American. So she hopped out of the car and they left. So we drive back to Northeast. He drives back to Northeast Philly and he meets us at the Lanahan's. It's a bar in Northeast Philly. And he gets out of the car and he goes, I got to take a leak. And he goes, so I'm pissing. And he goes, and he was really loaded. He goes, nothing's coming out. And here she had a condom on him. And it filled up like a water balloon. Of course it's going to fall, but it filled up a little bit and fell on the ground, and splashed all over him. Like, he was pissing with it, not realizing he had a water condom on. And,
I thought you were going to say she T-1000 onto the back of his car.
and
Salt and
She
pepper.
Salt and
she
pepper.
flew there like Christopher Reeve.
oh no, it was not being. It was either salt and pepper or like pancake and batter, like some bad
Maybe
wrestling
syrup.
duo
Pancake
name.
and syrup.
Some
Let's
maple
just call him a
syrup.
couple of Aunt Jemimas.
Flapjacks.
Like a
Chicken and waffle.
liquid and death or something, like some name they couldn't even think of.
Oh, man.
Man, what a fucking night, boys.
This is a good night.
One of the things I love about finishing the second episode of Dad Meet is like everybody just gradually gets lower and lower into their fucking
Posture's so
chairs.
bad. My posture's so bad. I've been getting so nasty.
John Kensil, Shawn Gardini, you guys are the fucking funniest.
You guys are
fucking
the best.
I love you guys so much.
I love coming. You guys know that.
I know you love
coming.
coming, baby.
Hanging out with you guys.
First thing to know about Shawn Gardini, loves coming.
When I came down from Northeast Philly.
I'm a simple
In
man.
that bridge you go by the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some guy was broke down right in the middle of it on the southbound side. I'm like, you sorry fuck. Like, that bridge is so high and
Yeah, it's
scary.
bad.
I had so much, there was so much traffic getting here. It must have been it.
Oh, that's probably
It
it.
was a bit.
Fucking dickhead.
Oh, you don't live that far from me. I don't think.
No, I don't think I do
Yeah.
either.
What are
Right
your
by
guys'
Academy Road.
addresses?
I'm not gonna fall for that again.
You fell for
Dude,
that?
it's so funny when people are like, "Yo, dude, I made a weapon. What's your address?"
Oh, by the way, I
would've
got
said
stuff
you
for you.
can't-
Oh, we got stuff.
Oh, you
I
have
went
gifts?
to a thing today.
What's
a
that?
toy and hobby show. It's called Zolo Warminster,
Okay.
right? And it's all
You
complete
do
nerds.
so many things,
right?
man.
It was a
You got so many cons.
oh, but it was some of the shit I'm not into, like Funko and Star Wars and
Yeah,
Lord of the
that's gay
Rings.
shit.
But there was a really hot Asian girl who was selling
That is the shit
this
you
stuff,
are,
right?
dude.
And they had like brass knuckles, but it said novelty paperweight because you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
sell
they
brass
have to,
knuckles.
right.
But she had these things right next to it.
Dude, you went to a nunchuck dealership. What's it going to take for me to... No, that's not a funny path to go down,
I
actually.
love
It's
you
bedtime.
traveling all the conventions just
Yeah.
to see the beautiful Asian women next to that.
went the
You
last.
go to the sushi convention next weekend.
sushi convention.
You love the Chinese convention.
My favorite thing, the
I
last
did
monster.
too. I need to be a Chinese
Fortune
lady.
cookie convention.
Yeah.
The last Monster Mania convention I went to, I used a urinal in the Cherry Hill Crown Plaza Hotel, and using a urinal next to me was Walter Peck from Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Yeah,
this man
the guy-
has no dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was standing next to me. He was- there used to be a radio show in Philly. I know we're wrapping up, called Kid Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our friend Ed McGonigal was a frequent guest on it, and that crushed him when that show got canceled because that was his TV show. They sent him out to horror conventions, and he would ask Ernie Hudson. He's the black ghost.
Yeah. Winston.
Were you happy they made you sit in the back of the ambulance ghost mobile? And he was asking all these racist. They sent Eddie to the horror conventions. And he was like the stuttering John. Did they make you sit in the back?
That's a shame, dude. The Philly Whack Pack went under when Kid Chris went down.
You were on a lot too, right?
No, dude. They called me one time. They thought I was somebody else.
Oh,
It was so fucking embarrassing. I don't know if I got an email or like a phone call asking me to come on at a certain time, and when I called, it was clear that like they would come to like
You're promoting your new movie.
yeah, they would come to Helium open mic, and like if they liked you, like they would get your contact info and they would have you on.
Cool.
But it was clear that like it just wasn't me, but somebody gave them my info.
Yeah, interesting.
one of the greatest podcasts.
Wait, how'd
guests.
that become clear?
When I called,
Were you on the air when they were like,
well, I called. And they're like, yeah, just call this number, and I called, and I called the number. The guy's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, this is Mike Rainey. Somebody told me to call in at this time. Yeah, I was at Helium open mic the other night. They're like, all right, I guess.
Hey, Kid
They
Chris,
put me
this
on,
is adult Mike.
and it became it became clear because they were speaking to me with the tone that they would speak to like a regular call-in guest, not like a guest, but like a regular caller, like first time, long time kind of guy.
Yeah.
hey, fifth caller, you've won a lifetime of embarrassment. What's your name, pal?
Mike can back me up on one of the best guests ever on podcasts and things ever is a Karen Goldman, but Danny Ozark.
Oh, incredible! Yeah.
It's a fascinating story. So it goes on for, well, Kid Chris had him on one time, and then he goes, "All right, we'll see you." And they go, coming up, Ted Danson, who's promoting some documentary about saving the Earth. Well, they didn't realize
Saving the Earth.
Danny didn't hang up, right? Yeah. So he's saying, we got to save the Earth. We have 10 more years before the ice caps melt and polar bears are blowing themselves because they're going to freeze and die, and penguins are committing autoerotic asphyxiation, blah, 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 right? Well, all of a sudden you hear in the middle, he gets done saying about saving the Earth, and you hear the user say something like, "Yo, you still got a Whoopi Stank on your hang low?" Because he dated Whoopi Goldberg, right? And they shit themselves. They didn't realize that line was still open.
You still got Goldberg on your gym dog.
Yes. And Ted Dancy goes, "What was that? What was that?" And they go, "Oh, nothing. That was that."
It was an echo.
Next thing you see him asking about it, it's a hilarious story.
Yeah, Ted Danson, one of the best black faces of all time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel, I'm gonna let you finish, but Ted Danson, one of the best black faces of all time.
Oh,
Jimmy
man.
Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel,
My cheeks
Arsenio
hurt.
Hall even used to do it. 3 blackface
Dude,
talk
I'm
shows.
sweaty and my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, you've been
Man, what a
you've
night.
been ripping them all night.
No, I mean from laughing.
I thought your other cheeks hurt.
No, dude, my other cheeks are conditioned.
Sean, I hope you enjoyed the hot dogs.
I loved you. Thank you. I'm sorry
John,
I
I hope
couldn't
you
eat
enjoyed
more.
the hot dogs as well,
Yes.
and for joining us. I can't thank you guys enough.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this
I
was
love
so
you
fucking
guys.
Both you
fun,
guys.
man.
The best.
All right, Bubs. Thanks for joining us again. We'll be back on next Sunday, and again, if you're in the Buffalo or the Philadelphia area, we got shows coming up. March 23rd, Helium Buffalo. April 12th, Helium Philly. Come out and see us, and like we offered in the first episode, if you come with a prostitute, we'll give you a free T-shirt.
Ton more shows beyond that too,
Mhm.
all over the country.
Texas, all over the place.
You're not going to be able to get away from us this year.
Man, Detroit, Cleveland.
Can't escape, man. You can't escape, man.
Yeah, we're coming,
The
baby.
comedy show
Wherever there's
coming to you,
prostitutes,
man.
we're coming to.
All right, gang.
All
We'll
right.
see you next week.
See you.
Have a good
Thank
week.
you.
Later, guys. Love you.